Thundercall and Dawnwalker is an extremely powerful combination that should not be downplayed. The reason it works so well is because of the following mantras from Thundercall and Dawnwalker. Grand Javelin is a 60 ether move that throws out a spear that ragdolls, flings, and deals moderate damage. Rising Thunder, rise up with your opponent and crash down as a bolt of lightning. You perform a bunch of dashes midair and you slam down after doing the initial hit. And then Lightning Stream. It's a grapple that you launch out and you grab on. You want Blast Spark on this as it does extra damage and just makes the move a lot better. And then the moves from Dawnwalker, Radiant Dawn, which is the new move that launches you up into the air and slams down and does a good amount of damage. And then Radiant Kick. It's a kick that teleports you into your opponent. It has been nerfed a few times, but it is still very powerful. And so the reason these mantras work so well together is because they either A, dash, or B, are longer range, so you don't actually have to put your character at risk to use these moves. And a combo I like to do with this is Rising Thunder into Radiant Kick, and then I will use Radiant Dawn as the wayward from the Radiant Kick is going off, and I teleport into them and slam down. And while the rubble and debris are around my character and the enemy can't see, I throw out a Lightning Stream that almost always hits. After this, I get a good amount of healing from the Bloodless on my Lightning Stream, and then I can throw out either Grand Javelin, or I can aerial them, Jolt Grab. I have a lot of options off of this, but I just get a lot of free damage done because of these hits. And what ends up happening is I don't take very much damage while dealing lots of damage to the opponent. And if I really want to be annoying, I can continue to run away, and whenever the moves are off cooldown, I can chain them together and do a ton of damage. I don't think any other attunement is good enough to be used in combination with Dawnwalker like Thundercall is. And you can throw out these moves while an opponent is, let's say, dashing towards you with Gale Lunge, or using something that puts them in an animation where they can't parry, and it's almost guaranteed to get at least 2 of these hits off. That's why, if you're patient enough with one of these builds, you can guarantee a win. This game is all about finding your opponent's weakness and exploiting it. Let's use an easy example. Let's say your opponent is Gale Breath, and they have a tendency to engage with Gale Lunge. That means if you back yourself away from your opponent and you bait out their Gale Lunge, you can land a free Radiant Kick and combo it into your Radiant Dawn and Lightning Stream. We can actually use the way that I hit Lightning Stream on this build for other builds. Let's say you want to land a Fire Palm on your Flame build. What you can do is use Flame Leap, the reversal spark version, use Flame Leap, and when all the visual clutter is on their screen and they have either parried or maybe you missed the Flame Leap, you immediately throw out your Flame Palm. And what they're going to be doing is they're actually going to be trying to punish you. And since the palm comes out so fast, you're going to get that hidden for free. If you have a Wayward or a Bloodless on it, you can proc that gem for free. That's why in a lot of cases, you need to think, what causes visual strain on my opponent? What does my opponent want to counter? What is my opponent going to do, pretty much? What are they going to do off of this move? What are they going to do off of that move? And once you figure that out, you can come up with a counter. This is called a reading. A read is when you predict an opponent's action and punish the action before it happens. Let's say an opponent that always feints on their second attack. If you're paying close enough attention, you'll know every second attack they feint. So what you can begin to do is you can hit them before they land that feint. You do, however, want to make sure that you are not falling into these same patterns that your opponents are. You want to make sure that you aren't readable as well. Let's say you make a read one time, they feint, you punish them for it. Don't try to punish them again. Play off of play off of your reactions this time. What you find is, if you're in a good lobby at least, the opponent may have adapted off of this. They may have already changed how they play and seen, oh, I got punished for this. I need to stop doing this. So you do need to make sure that you don't always try to go off of reads, and you do need to play off reactions sometimes. If you fight a player multiple times, or you find yourself facing the same few opponents, you can actually take note. This is gonna sound really terrible. You can record your fights and you can watch them over, and you can see what habits these players have. And this, learning habits of one player can help you understand many others. Some players share habits, and it is a very common thing you might see. So if you watch this video over and see how they react to certain things, you can figure out ways to punish this. That's what this build does best. It very, very well punishes them dodging away. It punishes these parries, these feints. It really helps with that. I hope you guys can find something that works well for you. This is a very good thing if you want to try. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.